The Healing Nail Statue. Welcome to a story from Central Africa from the Bakongo people, whose traditions teach us about truth, healing, and the power of promises kept. Today, we meet the Muntu family, a family whose story is as old as the rivers that run through their village and as important as the bonds that hold their community together. The Muntu family lived long ago in a small Bakongo village. Their story is set in a time when tribes and families often had disagreements, sometimes small, sometimes big enough to threaten the peace of the whole village. But the Bakongo had a special way to bring people back together, to heal wounds not with swords, but with truth and responsibility. At the heart of this tradition is something called a Minkisi, singular, Minkisi, a sacred statue made from wood and clay that holds spiritual power. This was no ordinary statue. It was the keeper of promises. In the Munta family's village, when two families or groups wanted to make peace, they gathered around the Minkisi. The statue stood tall, its surface rough and full of tiny holes. Here's where it gets interesting. The people would drive nails, small iron nails, right into the statue. Each nail wasn't just metal, it was a symbol of a promise made and a truth spoken. Every nail sealed a vow to be honest, to respect each other, and to work together for the good of the community. Imagine that, a giant wooden figure covered in nails, each one a promise to tell the truth even when it's hard, to forgive, and to be accountable. The more nails in a statue, the stronger the peace. It was like the community's heartbeat, showing how everyone was connected and responsible for the healing of the whole. In the Muntu family story, a treaty was made between two neighbors who had been arguing over land. Both sides came to the Minkisi statue to swear their truth. The family elders hammered nails into the statue one by one. As each nail went in, the villagers felt the burden of their conflict lifting. The statue wasn't just holding nails, it was holding their shared hope for a better future. Now here's a way you can experience this story today, even if you're far from a Bakongo village. Imagine your classroom or family making a pledge board, like a small version of the Minkisi statue. Everyone writes down a promise, a truth they want to keep, or a way they want to help others. Then, just like the nails, each promise is marked with a sticker, a drawing, or a pin. Why does this matter? Because promises, when spoken out loud and shared, don't just stay in our heads, they become part of something bigger. They remind us that we are accountable, that our words affect others, and that healing happens when we all do our part. So the story of the Healing Nail statue shows us that peace isn't just about stopping fights. It's about building trust, being honest, and caring for each other like family. And every promise, every nail, helps keep that peace strong, just like the Muntu family and their village learned so long ago. Thanks for listening to this story from the heart of Central Africa. Remember, truth and accountability are powerful tools we can all use every day to heal and grow together.